Oh yeah, who's starting?
Azambe som du missa. Azambe som du missa. Azambe som du missa.
And with me right now, I have Dan Forster, an American DJ who actually lives in Nigeria and does this thing with Cool FM. What's up, bro?
All right, man.
Nice one.
Good.
In fact, where do we start? How did you end up on that? How you reach Nigeria? How did you end up in Lagos?
They made me an offer I could not refuse. You guys have no idea. No more bills, no more nothing. It's just like, love it.
How much?
It was a lot.
How much?
No, it wasn't a lot. But can you imagine making a contract, doing something you passionately love?
Okay.
And in America, everyone's paying wicked bills. So they made me a nice offer, to get me started. So that got me away from America.
And how did you get the hookup?
Well, I placed an ad. It was an audition on the internet.
Really?
3 minutes of your best stuff on the internet, and I was getting offers all over. And this is in radio auditions. So they chose me out of a lot of people, and they made me an offer, and I was like, Africa. Even my dad says, Africa, it's a good contract. They're paying your bills, and they're doing this. They're going to give you a car and a flat, but son, it's Africa.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to go? I was like, Dad, I think it'll be okay. He said, yeah, but you'll be broadcasting in a hut. He said he had jokes. My father had jokes. I said, a hut? He said, it's not like that at all. But when I first got the offer from VI, it said VI, right?
Okay.
And
that's Victoria Island.
I thought it was Virgin Islands. Swear to God, I thought it was Virgin Islands because I did a broadcasting sting in the Virgin Islands. That's like 2 years in the U.S. Virgin Islands. So when I saw VI, I say, VI, I'm going back to VI, Virgin Islands. Yes, here I come. So I'm writing back, yes, the offer sounds good to me. All of a sudden, through the fax, it comes back, Victoria Island, and they had pictures. It looks so rough. I said, this is Victoria Lagos? I was like,
And when was this?
Scary. 3 years ago.
3 years ago. Now, this audition was it put together by Cool FM that you actually worked for?
Yeah, it was.
And it was over the internet. Mm-hmm. And then you got to sign the deal. Yeah. And then your first flight to Nigeria. What was it like arriving in Lagos?
Shell shock. The luggage. It was so hot in the airport when I got there. It took me 2 months to make my mind up.
By the way, where do you live in the States?
Baltimore, Maryland.
That's pretty cold or average?
Yeah.
Okay.
Washington, D.C., Baltimore area, Prince George's County, around that area.
And that's like chilly into 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay.
90 degrees. So it was hot. It was hot. First, it took me 2 months to make my mind up because when I realized it was Victoria Island, I asked my own government, give me information on Victoria Island. And it comes back through the fax was blinking red. Don't go. They just got democracy, freedom. They highly advised. I said, what? Why? So it made me nervous. There was bad reports. Even CNN was broadcasting bad things.
At the time?
Yeah, at that time.
Okay.
Things was going on in Kaduna. Christians and Muslims, they were going at it. I was like, what? My father said, you don't want to go. I was like,
But you went.
Yeah.
And you stayed.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about that.
That airport, right. When I first got to the airport. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I never seen so many black people in my life. Human black traffic, I love it. Everything was cool. I had a driver pick me up, It's just that the conveyor belt then, I think it might have been broken. So my luggage, everybody's luggage came off on the conveyor belt in one pile. And people just dove in to get through. I was like, where's my bag? It was awful. I was like, Nigeria, okay. Mm-hmm. This is my first trip. What's happening? I talk about it a lot on the radio.
Okay.
But the biggest shocker was as we were traveling, I said, okay, traffic. I'm like, okay, where am I going to be broadcasting that? This is Nigeria. Many black people. I'm feeling them. I'm feeling my people.
Okay.
Until I saw a crispy, burnt body on the side of the road.
We have a caller for you.
I was like, was that a dead body on the road?
Hello, caller. We have a caller.
The driver said,
hello.
Hello.
How do you do?
Hi.
What's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Rosie, and I'm calling from London.
And welcome to Intro.
Hey, Rosie.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Do you
I'd like to congratulate you on your show.
Thank you very much.
The whole Ben series. I think it's really, really fantastic.
Thank you very much.
People.
Thank you very much.
And it's really, really difficult to get through, but I was trying to get through the London Gospel Choir, because I'm actually from Uganda.
Okay.
And that is really, 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 really so inspirational.
We're all touched.
To see that, you can actually, because my qualm initially was you weren't bringing a lot of others from like African.
But I beat you to that.
Groups. Yes, you did actually,
okay.
Which is really, really good.
Okay, and we have with us today actually somebody who's also not Nigerian, but he actually resides in Nigeria, and he's been there for 3 years now.
Excellent.
With Cool FM, one of the premier radio stations in Nigeria based in Lagos. Do you have a question for him or a comment of any kind?
All I'd like to say really is, you represent Africa as a whole.
Okay.
And as Black people as a whole in London or wherever we may be around the world. And, it's really inspiring. It's really encouraging to see all these performers and all this entertainment. And the only thing is that if you could bring a lot more culture.
Yeah, we're working in, we're actually, obviously, today is a step in that direction. Yeah. So hopefully, if you keep watching Intro Live, I'm sure we are up to it, and in due course, we'll satisfy that need. Thank you very much.
That's really good. Thank you.
Stay tuned to Intro, yeah? Mr. Danny.
Hey.
Chinyere.
Yes.
How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Welcome to Intro.
Yeah.
What would you like to say?
I just want to thank you for showing Tony Tesla and the screening and.
Okay.
I have seen African people on TV anyway. I'm calling for the first time.
Tetula is coming on the 3rd of October for the Independence Jam.
Oh, are you right? So I've seen on the...
You've heard of Tony Tetula?
Oh, he's hot.
Yes. I'm from Nigeria.
Okay. Of course, Chinyere, come on. Where are you from? Umuahia, Abia State.
Hey.
From Imo State.
Imo State.
Imo.
Biko Kedu. Nice one.
Cozy Concall. Cozy Concall. Hey.
Stay tuned to Intro.
Yeah. Now,
okay. You've been eating too much pounded yam, Danny. Okay, let's go. Let's get into the nitty-gritty now. Obviously, you started your morning program, which is a very, very popular show in Lagos.
Yeah.
And how, obviously, compared to what you had in America and what... Obviously, to have stayed 3 years in a country that's like before then very alien to you, something good must have happened to you. Yeah. So let's talk about that.
Having the power to be able to be creative. They gave me room, and the technology that Cool FM has just gave me room just to be creative in morning radio as I possibly can be. Usually, the shift that I was on in America was 7 to 12.
PM or AM?
It was in the PM.
PM, okay.
From 7 to 12. It's hard to be in the morning radio. So I need a morning show radio experience. Okay. And that's why that offer really touched me. I said, yes, I get to do morning show experience. Because from 7 to 12, I was a little hyper and I was up and I was a little crazy. Even though from 7 to 12, Quiet Storm, I can hit the slow song. This is the slow zone. Welcome, I'm blah, blah. I can tone it down. But really, my real personality is like, a little active, a little lively. And a program director says, you need a morning show, but not now. These people are like making $80,000 a year to $130,000 a year for morning show.
In Nigeria?
In Washington, D.C.
Okay. And obviously they made you a better offer.
No, they did not. They got close. Kind of.
Close?
Kind of. You trying to flip us out?
Okay, the lizard in your shoe.
The what?
Tell us about the lizard in your shoe.
The lizard?
Yeah. Apparently, we heard on your radio show once that you woke up one morning and found a lizard in your shoe.
Oh, that was awful. Okay. Lizard, can you imagine? Lizard. A long lizard.
Where were you, though?
I don't even eat snails. There's a lot of people that eat snails.
Tasty.
So. Is it really?
Very, you should try it.
Have you seen a snail before they cooked it?
Yep.
It's like, oh my God. And then people are like eating it like, no.
Do you Japanese?
So whenever I see a lizard, I freak out.
Do you Japanese?
No sushi.
No sushi. Okay. Obviously, you've now entrenched yourself into the Lagos radio life. Have you performed outside Lagos, within Nigeria?
Outside Lagos as performers What do you mean?
Like, I mean, when all the big artists come down, Usher was down, Shaggy was on. I'm sure through the period you've been there, did you at any time have to do any outside broadcasts at their concerts?
No outside broadcasts, but a couple of good interviews with Eve and with Usher.
Okay.
And some emceeing also, now coming to the stage, homeboys, here they are, So sometimes I get a chance to do things like that, which is enlivening. Even some people at home can't believe that Usher was there in Nigeria live performing. He was hot.
I'll tell you something. In the 80s, we had all the big bands of the 80s come from Kula and the Gang to Whispers to Lakeside. These were regular performers in Nigeria at the time. And over the last 5 years, they're kind of making that comeback.
They are.
So this generation are kind of making up on what we enjoyed that many didn't enjoy after the first era. Yeah. We'll come back to that. Yeah. Obviously, you have friends in America in the industry who would call you every now and then. What's it like there?
In the industry, in America.
Yeah, who call you in Nigeria and say, hey, Danny, what's it like there,
Yeah. I have to give good news and good vibes and let them know to come on over.
Okay.
That you guys got to come check it out. It's not like they think. Sometimes Africa gives them the wrong impression. That's why it's best that when the concerts are there and they go back, it's best that we be on our best behavior in Nigeria so that they'll tell them to come back over. That's really key, the security and the comfort to know that they can go there and jam, make some money, and entertain. Some people still could not believe that some of these artists are really going to Nigeria, having a good time, and the companies and advertisers are making good money, and everybody is happy. People are enjoying them, and this is just for the other advertisers like you guys out there, and for the other presenters. Get over to Nigeria right now. You'll be okay, and you'll be surprised by the outcome, the comfort and convenience, because Nigeria is blowing up. It really is. Over 150 million people. What? That's a lot of people, though.
And a lot of money, potentially.
Lots of money. Shing, shing. Y'all want to get paid?
Are you married?
No.
Are you in Nigeria with your wife? Or with your girlfriend?
Yes, and
Nigerian girlfriend?
She's really special. This one is really special, so, you never know. It could happen.
Felix,
hello.
Welcome to Intro Live.
Hello, I'm BenTV.
Yes, no, it's DJ Abbas on Intro on BenTV.
Danny.
Okay, how you doing, sir?
All right, thank you.
Okay, do you have a question or a comment for Mr. Forster?
Yeah, I have a addition to congratulate him for going to Nigeria to stay.
Oh, okay.
And one thing he has to do is to encourage more of our brothers over there in America, probably in Europe, to try and apply for work in Africa.
Okay.
So we'd like to see more of them down there. Yeah?
Okay.
That would be a very good way of mixing up and bringing back everybody. We're not going to achieve that, but that would be a very good step forward. Okay,
do you want to respond to that?
Okay.
He basically wants you to encourage Americans to come over to Nigeria. Which is basically what thanks for calling, which is basically what he was actually saying. He's been feeding back to his friends there, saying Nigeria is what many think it is based on or Western media, so to say, and all the fear, which you had as well before you went down. And contrary to all you heard, you've been having a great time in Nigeria. So what are you doing in London now?
Okay. London, I'm on vacation.
Chilling out.
Chilling, relaxing, me and my girl, shopping like crazy. My feet hurt. Oh, I'm walking all over London. So many people see me. Some people recognize me on the street, too. It's nice to know they're on vacation there, too.
You came down with TA to the studios.
Yeah, that's my dog, TA.
Where is Sabia? Is your dog? He's my cockroach.
TA, I didn't say
TA is going to be at the Nigerian Independence Jam. He'll be anchoring events. That's going to be another big show. Are you going to be here in October?
October. I'm going to try to get back.
Trying to get back for the show.
Yes.
That's going to be. We have another caller on the line. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Your name and where you calling from, sir?
I'm calling from Dalston.
From where?
My name is Stephen.
From Chelsea?
From Dalston.
Dalston, and your name is Stephen. Welcome to Intro Live.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Question or your comment, sir?
I just want to tell you are doing a very, very good job.
Enough respect, sir. Thank you very much.
And then another thing, please, Mr. Dan Forster, I was in Lagos, and I used to listen to you on Cool FM. I like your show. It's very nice.
Yeah, so thank you, my brother.
When
were you there?
I listen to the morning drive when I go to my workplace in Victoria Island.
Oh, okay. When was the last time you were there?
I work in Intercontinental Bank.
Oh,
Okay.
Intercontinental. All right.
Money.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank
Leave your number with somebody on the line. Maybe we can do
DJ
business.
Boss.
Now you're
Sir.
making more money, oh.
DJ Boss, please,
Yes.
can you play from Idris Abdul Karim, Mr. Lecturer?
Mr. Lecturer. Actually, our lineup for this week does not include Mr. Lecturer, but if you stay tuned next week, we'll drop that in. It's going to be a new video. And Obesere is the man coming up soon, real soon, so stay tuned for that. Because I've been coming in for him, so. But thanks for calling anyway, and stay tuned to Intro Live, yeah? Nice one, Stephen.
And continue the good work.
Thank you, sir.
You are making me feel at home right now.
Thank you very much.
Stay cool, Steve.
Mr. Danny.
Yes, man.
It's been fun having you on the show.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll come back.
I got to do it again.
We're coming to Lagos soon, though.
I love that African group, the London African. They were
Hot. I'm still feeling them.
Yeah,
Still feeling them.
Joshua, that boy was like, Joshua was like, hey, that's some.
Josh, we're taking Josh for dinner soon. Actually, he's somewhere out there waiting for us.
Yeah, man.
We're having an intro concert series next year. It's in 4 places. We're having one in Atlanta. We're having one in Dublin, London, and Lagos.
Okay.
When we hit Lagos, we're gonna hit you.
I'll be there.
So look out for that.
I'll be there. Thank you. Intro in the house.
For the caller called Steven, as a makeup for the Idris, we can't get you. We'll play Kowale. Stay tuned. When we come back, we're meeting Sido Omorakpala.